I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new, endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drums begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright.
at 11. Ceiling and visibility okay. Temperature 2 tree. Dew point 14. QNH 1014. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 02. Transition level 040. Advise on initial contact you have information India. Lisbon Airport information India. 2130 Zulu. Wind tree 20 at 11. Ceiling and visibility okay. Temperature 2 tree. Dew point 14. QNH 1014. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 02. Transition level 040. Advise on initial contact you have information India.
Boarding requested. Passengers boarding starting.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, ready for IF or clearance to Heathrow.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, Lisbon delivery, expect runway 02. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors inbound. Squawk 6120.
Expect runway 02. Climb flight level 060 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors inbound. Squawk 6120. Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 121.755 when ready for push or start.
Ground 121.755 when ready for pushback or engine start. Speedbird 432 Heavy. Have a good evening.
Wheeling 48 Yankee Mike at ramp 206, request pushback.
Fueling 48 Yankee Mike, Lisbon ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west. Wheeling 48 Yankee Mike.
All aircraft be advised information Juliet now current, QNH1014.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, at gate 145, request pushback and engine start.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, Lisbon ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Pushback approved. Face south. Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Wheeling 48 Yankee Mike, ready to taxi to the active.
Fueling 48 Yankee Mike, runway 02 taxi via Zulu 2, November 3, Delta, November 2.
All laid. We'll taxi to runway 02 via Zulu 2,
Departure
November
checks
3,
completed.
Delta,
Bypass
November 2,
fitting
Wheeling 48 Yankee Mike.
Locking gear.
Fueling 48 Yankee Mike, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105, bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.105, Wheeling 48 Yankee Mike.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will. set parking brake. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Air Portugal 437 X-ray, gate 124 taxi via uniform 5, uniform 4, uniform 3, Tango, Golf 1, Alpha 3.
Gate 124 via uniform 5, uniform 4, uniform 3, Tango, Golf 1, Alpha 3, Air Portugal 437 X-ray.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey. At ramp 200, request pushback and engine start.
Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey, Lisbon ground, pushback approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west. Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, taxi for departure.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, runway 02 taxi via Alpha 4, Golf 1 Golf, Golf 2, Uniform 1, Mike 5.
Runway 02 taxi via Alpha 4, Golf 1, Golf, Golf 2, Uniform 1, Mike 5, Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey, request taxi.
Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey, runway 02 taxi via Zulu 1, Mike 4, Delta, November 2.
Runway 02 taxi via Zulu 1, Mike 4, Delta, November 2, Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey.
Whisker 12 Uniform Whiskey. Contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Over to Tower 118.105. Whisker 12 Uniform Whiskey.
Air Portugal 1865, Ram 402, request pushback.
Air Portugal 1865, Lisbon ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Pushback approved, face south, Air Portugal 1865. Air Portugal 1865, request taxi to the active.
Air Portugal 1865, runway 02 taxi via Lima 1, Lima, Lima 2, Mike 4, Delta, November 2.
Runway 02 taxi via Lima 1, Lima, Lima 2, Mike 4, Delta, November 2, Air Portugal 1865.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, contact Lisbon Tower 118.105.
Contact Tower 118.105, Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Portugalia 39 Zulu Lima, exit right at Uniform 5.
Exit right at Uniform 5, Portugalia 39 Zulu Lima.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, holding short, runway 02.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, runway 02, line up and wait.
Runway 02, line up and wait. Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, Lisbon Tower, wind 320 at 11, fly runway heading, runway 02, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 02, cleared for takeoff. Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Air Portugal 1865, holding short, runway 02.
Air Portugal 1865, hold short of 02.
Affirmative, hold short of 02. Air Portugal 1865.
Air Portugal 1865, runway 02, line up and wait.
Runway 02, line up and wait. Air Portugal 1865.
V1.
Air Portugal 1865, Lisbon Tower, wind 320 at 11, runway 02, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 02, cleared for takeoff. Air Portugal 1865.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, contact Lisbon departure 119.105.
Contact Lisbon departure 119.105. Speedbird 432 Heavy. Lisbon departure, Speedbird 432 Heavy, 3,200 feet.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, Lisbon departure, identified, climb to flight level 190.
Climb to flight level 190, Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Lisbon departure, Air Portugal 1865, 1,300 feet.
Air Portugal 1865, Lisbon departure, identified, climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight level 170, Air Portugal 1865.
Speedbird 432 Heavy. Contact Lisbon Center 119.55.
Center on 119.55. Speedbird 432 Heavy. Lisbon Center, Speedbird 432 Heavy. Climbing flight level 169er for flight level 190.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, Lisbon Center, identified. Climb to flight level 400.
Climb to flight level 400. Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, cleared direct in-bomb. Resume own navigation.
Cleared direct in-bomb. Resume own navigation. Speedbird 432 Heavy.
Lisbon Center, Boeing 48 Yankee Mike. Good evening. Through flight level 150 for flight level 180.
Fueling 48 Yankee Mike, Lisbon Center, identified. Climb to flight level 360.
Climb to flight level 360, Boeing 48 Yankee Mike.
Portugalia 94 Kilo Mike, contact Lisbon arrival 125.13.
Contact Lisbon arrival 125.13, Portugalia 94 Kilo Mike.
Lisbon Center, Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey. Out of flight level 160 for flight level 190 direct Samex.
Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey, Lisbon Center, good evening, radar contact. Climb to flight level 380.
Climb to flight level 380, Wisco 12 Uniform Whiskey.
Fueling 48 Yankee Mike, contact Madrid Center 118.275, bye-bye.
Center on 118.275, Boeing 48 Yankee Mike.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Golf, Lisbon Center. Expect a Bleg 6 Charlie, runway 35.
Expect a Bleg 6 Charlie, runway 35, Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Golf.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Golf, a Bleg 6 Charlie, runway 35. Report ready for descent.
A Bleg 6 Charlie, runway 35, ready for descent, Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Golf.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Golf, descend to flight level 110.
Descend to flight level 110, Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Golf.
Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Golf, contact Porto information approach 118.855.
Contact Porto information approach 118.855, Ryanair 7 Foxtrot Golf.
Speedbird 432 Heavy,
Contact Madrid Center 118.275. Have a good evening.
Center on 118.275. Speedbird 432 Heavy. Madrid Center, Speedbird 432 Heavy. Good evening. Flight level 400.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, Madrid Center, radar contact. Speedbird 432 Heavy, contact flight control 127.2. Have a good evening.
Center on 127.2. Speedbird 432 Heavy. Rest control. Speedbird 432 Heavy. Flight level 401.
Heavy, breast control identified. Bad 432 Heavy, contact breast control 124.725.
Center on 124.725. Speedbird 432 Heavy. Breast control, Speedbird 432 Heavy. Good evening. Flight level 400.
Speedbird 432 Heavy, breast control identified.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry for all this. My mic was on, everything was on, except OBS. So OBS is the program I use to stream. And if nobody tells me anything, I was speaking on my own for the last 30 plus minutes because no one's here in the channel, so I don't know if people are listening or not. Thank you, Mirsha. Number one, Matteo, thank you. Matteo Ceramicola. Did I say your name correctly? I hope you're still there. I'm sorry I didn't say hi. I did say hi, but you didn't hear me. Hello, Mirsha. I forgot to set up the clock, and I actually was saying, my friend Mirsha, I wish he was here, because he would not allow me to forget it, but of course nobody heard that. Oh my. Stuff that happens to me on my live streams is crazy. So everything I said was just useless because nobody was listening to my voice. What a loser. Sorry about that, but friends. Really am sorry. So, I don't know. I was talking about how the 777 was a record breaker. I was talking about the design from Boeing. I was saying wonderful things from Boeing. I was explaining stuff like how to set up the plane. Oh my God. Like I always said, there's always something. There's always something. There will be a day that my flights will be perfect and no such big deals will happen, but it's not today. At least the flight is uneventful till now, so there's that. Got some beautiful tailwind, 37 knots. We're doing Mach 8.845. That's awesome. Ground speed of 425 knots. At least we're doing great performance. So we're passing Brest. We'll still be on French air traffic control for a moment. Going all through all these bubbles here, these gray bubbles, and then at this green line we'll go through the London control and then we'll be handed off. But before that we're going to start our descent somewhere, probably after that actually, at Rocklu or something. So yeah, before not Rocklu, Ballru. So before Ballru, so right about here we'll start our descent, or at least we'll be given our clearance for descent. We'll see what happens. So unlike the Airbus, yeah, thank you, Mirsha. Thanks for letting me know. So in the Airbus, the top of descent is only a reference. You can descend before or after that. But in the Boeing, you kinda have to descend when it wants it to. I mean, you can force a descent before or after, but oh, sorry about that. You can start your descent afterwards, or before, but it will mess performance quite a bit. It's just a different philosophy. It's no big deal. So here comes our top of descent. Alright, Roxo 1 Hotel. Let's accept that.
Expect Roxo 1 Hotel. Runway 27 left. Speedbird 432 heavy.
Let's set it back to normal cruise. Let's call the passengers back to their seats. By the way, I was explaining that the passenger seats were on because of the turbulence. We were having some mild turbulence. Just to be safe, if you're sitting on a plane, always have your seatbelt on, even if the seatbelt signs are not turned on. But since a lot of people really respect the light, if the light's not on, they'll not put your seatbelt. So in light of that, I just turn on my little light there. So here's what's going to happen. So we are less than 20, more or less 20 miles away from top of descent. It's going to tell me to report ready for descent, and we'll just reply back that we acknowledge.
Roxel 1 Hotel, runway 27 left. Call when ready.
So when we're about 10 miles, I'll say ready for descent, and I'll be told what altitude they want me to go, and I'll just do that. That's just because I don't want to start descending before I... Yes, Mirsha. Seatbelts are... Because, you know, even if there's nothing on the radar, no turbulence on the radar, cruising... Yeah, I know, reset MCP altitude. So we'll start by the constraints of Roxo. Let's go to the charts. Sorry guys, I just can't do multiple things at once. So let's go for Roxo. Alright, 130, here we go.
Descend to flight level 130. Speedbird 432 heavy.
So I don't have to press the button right now. I could if I want to mandate it. But what it's going to do is, 130. It's going to start descending on its own when performance equalizes. We'll see like an E bracket on this right side of the ND that's telling us exactly when does it want to descend. So let's continue doing this for sake of having to do any changes to the approach. So let's go again, let's find our chart for the approach. So that's it, Roxo, let's spin this, and the approach will be 27 left. So let's do RNP and ILS. Well, let's go back to pins. Oh, I did pin it. So this is our RNP approach. So I believe we're gonna do some EPM transition, we'll see, but most of the times it's always the same procedure. We go out of EPM, turn left, and approach via 27 left or right, depends on the on the wind dominance, the dominant winds, and if there's any more traffic in the area. So as you can see, we have started our descent and the performance bracket is just below. It's supposed to go faster down, but it's a big plane. It will take some time to recover. We're not descending at the rate we should, to be honest. But then again, we got a tailwind. Not everything is playing in our favor right now to descend quickly and not over accelerate our plane. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to deploy the speed brakes in hopes that by lowering the nose I can go faster on my descent rate and I can recover my performance descent. So it's like managed descent, I suppose. Speed brake do help. You can see it's descending a lot faster now, and we are coming down on this number here, which is the difference between where we are right now and where we should be in terms of descent performance. So we're now in a 10 degrees nose down. This, trust me, that's... Look at that. The plane is dropping. It's like dive bombing or something. Alright, now we are at the desired performance point, so we'll recover my speed brakes. Speed brakes are back in.
Speedbird 432 heavy. Good evening. Descending via Roxel 1 Hotel. Flight level 323.
Let's set to armed. And let's go descent checklist. So again, recall. I need to find where that recall button is. If anybody knows, please do tell me, because I completely forgot where that is. Sorry about that. I don't fly the 777 too much these days. So notes have been checked. We're gonna set our auto brake to 3. Actually, just 2. 3 is too much. Our landing data, we got our VREF is 143 knots. So let's set up that on the performance. So we're gonna go flaps 31, 37 knots. And the approach briefing, I don't have a co-pilot, so I won't perform that. Right, after that we'll go for the approach checklists, but not right now. So we'll clear the screen just in case there's an issue. This is standard procedure for the Boeing. We just leave the engine lower ACAS, so for anything, any issue that the plane might have will pop up the synoptics here. So we just leave it blank whenever we're taking off. I believe the same thing for when we're landing. Not entirely sure, but we'll see. So we got a route discontinuity. We can take this out of the way. So we can clear that discontinuity by pressing delete. Oh, we can't? Why is that? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, sorry about that. There's a discontinuity. Let's clear that up. So hit delete. Here I am thinking like Airbus. No. So we need to press CPM and then go up and execute. That's how you clear on the Boeing. It's different. So on the Airbus you click on delete discontinuity and then press the line you want to delete. So the discontinuity on the Boeing, you just press the next waypoint and pull it and press on the previous button. It's a weird way to do it, but they're both logical and they're both okay, I suppose. So we are already on London control radar. So let's go back to our star. So this is where we are right now. We are going through this corridor, then we'll reach OCK, and after that we'll probably get another clearance for the transition. We'll see. Currently we are going for ILS 27 left, and we still don't have a transition to cover, so we'll have to wait for them to tell you which transition point. I believe it's EPM, sorry, but I believe the OCK is before EPM, so I'm not sure. Could be OCK, we'll see. We'll have to wait.
London Control, Clever 7017, flight level 340.
Clever 7017, London Control.
So welcome to England. We're not landed yet, but we got our feet dry over England. There's London up ahead. Heathrow is one of the most complex airports I've ever been, by the way. I don't really like it. I think it's way too big for passengers. I mean, it has a good transport system, but I really think it's just too big. Not as big as Frankfurt, but big enough. By the way, I'm sorry, I was talking in the beginning of the stream, but you guys can listen to me. I'm sorry about the way the name of the plane is displayed up here. Where is it? Up here. It's a bug. It's supposed just to be B77L, but for some reason it wrote ATC COM AC blah 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 B77L something. Sorry about that. It's a bug on the detection system for the aircraft type. I'll see if I can change that. Nope, I can't. It's just auto-detected like that. It's probably a PMDG issue. Apologies for that. So you can see that this Boeing 777 is more of a hands-on plane, although it's fly-by-wire and it flies like a charm, but you do need to do things manually still. Not as manual as the 737, that's for sure, or the 47, but it is still required. The pilots do a lot of stuff manually, and I think that's a good thing. To be honest, I'm not a really great fan of automation. On Heathrow, wind, Mersha. Yeah. England is a flat land. There's no, at least at this point here, so there's no mountains or anything of that. Like that. So when the wind hits, it really does hit. There's no natural barrier or protection. All right, let's take a look here, because I think we're already seeing an issue with my fly plan here. So, oh, actually it does look good. We'll see. Yeah, it looks good. We'll see. Let's look here. Because this replicates what my, oh yeah, it's going okay. Look at that. 070, copy that.
Descend to flight level 070. Speedbird 432 heavy.
At this point, you can easily go down, all the way down to the ILS altitude, but if for some reason you're not clear, then you overshoot it. You overshoot the altitude, then you're going to have a big issue. But generally speaking, you can just overshoot it. Hello, Richard, AMC, welcome. Yeah, 777, how about that? Look at that. Beautiful British Airways 777 approaching London. This livery has an issue there. That's these lines, these weird lines up there. You can see it here. Don't know what that is, but texture is great. This is a fictional texture, by the way, because the British Airways does not have a 777-200 LR in their fleet. They only have ERs, the older ER versions. But I got this one from a website called FlightSimTO, where they have multiple, so we can execute, or actually let's not execute anything because I didn't change anything. So the plane's requiring drag, so let's deploy the speed brakes to help it decelerate, because it needs to decelerate below 10,000 feet. And by the way, let's turn on the landing lights. So we're decelerating to 240 knots. That's below the maximum speed, below 10,000 feet. All planes must fly to, so below 10,000 feet, all planes must fly to below 250 knots.
Speedbird 432 heavy, flight level 103 with the numbers.
So we are Heathrow director.
Bird 432 heavy Heathrow director. QNH 1016, expect the ILS runway 27 left with the Ockham transition.
1016. 1016 there.
H1016, expect the ILS runway 27 left with the Ockham transition.
Oh, the Ockham transition, the Ockham transition. ILS via Ockham.
432 heavy, clear direct Ockham, cross Ockham at or above flight flight level 070. Cleared ILS runway 27 left.
ILS 27 left, copy.
Cleared direct Occam. Cross Occam at or above flight level 070. Cleared ILS runway 27 left. Speedbird 4.
Here's hoping everything goes to plan, because last time I flew to Heathrow with the A350, I had to go around because I was too high. So the VNAV wasn't correctly planned, let's put it that way. Yeah, AMC, it's been a long time. I really wanted to fly the 777. I purchased PMDG 777-200LR, which is a cheaper 777 on their fleet. They got the 300 ER, the 200 ER, and the 200F, the cargo version. They're all pretty expensive, $70. But this one, cabin's ready. This one was the cheapest, plus they had a promotion because of their 28th anniversary. Not anniversary. They had a 28% discount, so I went for it. Remember, I can't afford all add-ons, so any help helps. Pardon the redundancy. I had a previous issue with my microphone until Mirsha showed up and saved the day as usual. Told me that my mic was not on. So let's just review the landing checklist. I believe we got the approach checklist complete, and then we'll go for the landing checklist in a moment. Going for the tower.
Contact Tower 118.705. Speedbird 432 heavy. Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 432 heavy. ILS runway 27 left.
Turn on the approach mode.
Speedbird 432 heavy. Heathrow Tower. Wind 230 at 10 runway 27 left. Cleared to land.
Once again, it's clearing me to land on the downwind.
Cleared to land. Speedbird 432 heavy.
It's clearing me to land on the downwind. Maybe it's a procedure on Heathrow these modern days. I don't know. It sounds really too close, to be honest. I'm passing the runway threshold for sure, but I still need to make this huge left-hand turn. Yeah, I hope I can, Mirsha, because it's getting awful late and you guys won't be here forever. Believe it or not, it's midnight and my kids are still up because I'm up. They refuse to go to bed without me. But they're on vacation. School will start in September, let them be. I'm not on vacation though. So there's London for you. It's one of the advantages, and Mirsha can agree with me, of flying to Heathrow is that it's much closer to London Centre. Unfortunately, most airlines nowadays prefer farther airfields like Luton or Gatwick. They're a bit farther from the city centre. Oh, what are you doing up so late, Mirsha? Don't say it, don't say it. You're watching me, right? So friendly of you. We're about to land, so we're just setting up stuff. We got a speed check. Let's help the plane reduce its speed, so let's go flaps 1. Nice sound, drag sound, cool. So remember, we got our landing clearance while going downwind on this corridor here. So our speed brake, so our landing checklist: speed brakes are armed. We're just waiting for the correct speeds to drop the gear and reduce speed for flaps. It's a nice, beautiful, smooth turn. Oh, thank you, Misha. The only thing I don't like about Heathrow, Richard, is it's always the same type of approach, always. So let's go down. We are clear to land, so let's go down for 3,000 feet. So if you're coming from the south, it's either 27 runway 27 left or runway 27 right, always. So let's reduce our speed for the VAP, because I don't trust planes to reduce the speed for my approach now. So past flaps 1, let's go for altitude 1016 and cross-checked. I know it's cross-checked because it's repeated on the co-pilot side, so that's why I don't need to confirm it. Yeah, we're way high, so let autopilot off. See, the flight director was just forcing me to go way up on this approach. Speed brakes out. Because I don't want to overspeed. Localizer is alive. Just need the glide slope to come alive as well. Not me, the actual glide slope. Still way too high. Let's turn on our track IR. Glide slope alive. Here we go. Now we're cooking. Let's get back to LNAV. Approach mode. Gear down.
2500.
Speed brake in. And armed. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that flight director still pointing me up.
Aircraft, the advised information mic now current. QNH1016.
Now we're in the correct glide path. Let's go flaps 25. And flaps 30. Look at that, smooth. We got some crosswind from the left, nothing we can't handle. Glide path. Don't accelerate, plane, come on. You're not helping.
400.
Glide slope.
300. 200.
Little low.
100.
Oh, auto throttle, auto throttle.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Nice. Smooth. Little overshot the touchdown zone, but very smooth landing. Reverse full. That was a very smooth landing. Right at November 7.
Exit right at November 7. Speedbird 432 heavy.
I believe this one right here. There's no signage. We'll just exit here. Start the APU. Yeah, it's November 7. Stop right here.
Speedbird for 32 heavy. Contact ground 121.705.
Ground 121.705. Speedbird 432 heavy.
Alright, let's taxi to the gate and see if GSX helps us.
Speedbird 432 heavy. Request taxi to assigned gate.
Curiously, Boeing doesn't have a
432 heavy. Ramp 576 taxi via Delta. Alpha.
576.
Ramp 576 via Delta. Alpha. Speedbird 432 heavy.
I don't know which one 576 is. This is supposed to be working, but it's not. Oh my God. So it's Terminal 5. Yeah, it's 576. Whoops. 576. And let's follow the follow me, why not? So the follow me is on his way. Yeah, it's Terminal 5. I just didn't know the right. So we got APU already running. We're just waiting for the follow me, whatever the heck he is. I can't see it just now. 40 seconds till arrival. All right. So I'll just need to wait. I wonder if the 777 does single engine taxi. I bet it does. So 19 seconds. Oh, there he is. That's not it. That's a catering truck. Here he comes. It's Max Verstappen. Look at that. There we are. So I just follow you. Oh, it's doing something. Oh, hold on, first stopping. Alright, I'm following. Remember, this is a big plane, so need to be careful not to clip my wings on some lights or something. Oh, and by the way, no stutters. No stutters on landing, which was very, very pleasant. Means whatever I did worked. So we got our auto throttle disconnect. Yeah, I need to understand what. I think I didn't program the auto throttle disconnect. Oh, is this it? Yeah, it's right here. Gate 576 confirmed. Alrighty then. Let's see if the safe dock works. Like I explained in the beginning, but nobody heard it because my mic was off. GSX is not 100% compatible with this plane. I already asked in their support forum. They don't seem to be too worried about that. The guys at GSX, I mean. What's going on here? Oh, it's the speed brake. It was deployed. All right. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. So going to the left slightly. And now to the right slightly. Slow down. No rush. To the right. To the left. Step it up. Step it up. It's all right. Take it slow. Stop. Stop. Wait a minute. Nice. Okay. All right, we have APU is on, so we got everything set up for a nice little engine shutdown. All right, so we did a 2 hours flight, less than that with time acceleration, and a little bit more than that because I forgot to launch the clock when I should have. All right, let's turn off beacon. There's no one here to welcome us just yet, but we'll tell GSX we want to deboard. Chokes on, nice. Yeah, GSX is a mess with this plane, so I apologize if you're not going to see any passengers moving. It's just not 100% compatible, and I apologize for that. But we got some ground operations nevertheless. So we are going to choose stairs. We're going to set the chocks, request ground power, and now let's request aft cargo, bulk cargo, stairs 1 left, stairs 1 right, and forward cargo. So apologies, but GSX is just not working, but you'll still be able to see the connections here, the stairs connections and all that. Yeah, the dock system really works. When it works well, it works well. Sometimes it's not GSX. So GSX handles mostly, it handles the stairs, the docking, well, the cargo systems and all that. But, oh, look at that. It's a Lamborghini right there. That's an Aventador, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. Nice. I don't know what it's doing there, but it's nice. When it works well, it works well. when it doesn't work, it's just a pain in the rear end, to be honest. So yeah, we got our external power connected. So let's turn it off and let's run the shutdown checklists. And let's call it a day. So hydraulic fail panel needs to be set up. So we turn off everything related to engine. Off, off, and off. Set fuel pumps to off. We no longer are running the APUs, so they're off. Flaps are up. Parking brake is set. And the weather radar. Oh my. Did I forget to turn off the weather radar? I think I did. Shutdown checklist complete. And now the secure checklist, because this plane will stay overnight, so we need to turn off the ADRs or ADRU. The difference between Airbus and Boeing is that Airbus calls the ADRs, because it's a system, ADIRS, and Boeing just calls ADRU because it's a unit. Just trying to be funny. So seat belts, smoking to auto, and emergency lights to off. And the packs, they are already off. So normal checklist complete, and we are done. So aside from the auto brake not disconnecting because I probably forgot to program it correctly on my joystick. It's my bad. Not the plane's fault. It's my own fault. Aside from that, the flight went really well, actually. It wasn't uneventful. I forgot to turn on my mic, so I was mostly speaking to myself for most of the flight. Apologies for that. But aside from that, it was that auto brake incident on the approach. Aside from that, I just want to show you the most useless sticker in aviation world. Yeah, window not closed. I suppose pilots can easily, I don't know, they can overlook the fact the window's open, but I mean the sticker is just funny. It really is funny. Not sure why it even exists, but it is funny. And it's also funny the way you open this stuff by flipping this lever. Look at that. Bam. And now you lock it and you put the blinder back in. All right. Thank you for coming with me to London. This was a British Airways flight on the let me reset the camera because we're looking at the tarmac right now. Here we go. So this was a British Airways flight from Lisbon to London using the beautiful PMDG 777-200LR. This is a fictional livery. British Airways does not operate the LR. They only operate the ER. But yeah. So next, welcome to suggestions. I need to get out of London. Where should I go? And I need to take the Flight Sim Labs A321 for sure. I have a beautiful new livery for it, and I want to use it, but I will gladly accept suggestions if you guys have it. So I need to exit London. Where should I go? Remember, I can't afford all scenery, so, and you need to remember I don't have all planes, so just drop me a suggestion. Tell me what I should go, either here or when on my conversation. I have like a blog connected to this flight channel, so if you guys want to suggest the next flight, please do so, and I'll gladly try to fly there. This was a very cool flight, a fairly quick one to be honest, less than 1 hour in flight I suppose, because of time acceleration of course. So anything in that vicinity, 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, KJFK. Oh, Richard, that's a very long flight. Even with time acceleration, it takes a very long time. I'm not sure that my viewers would be interested in seeing such a long flight. One day I'll fly to the Americas, and maybe not in a direct flight live, but I'll fly in the Americas, so maybe start at some state and fly across states, something like that. But I need to, I need to buy the bigger airports at least so I can operate there, and I don't have any American airports. I do have, I think, Seattle. By default on Flight Simulator, I have Seattle, and I think I have Los Angeles as well. So I can fly like Los Angeles, maybe halfway to some other airport, maybe Texas Fort Worth, and then from Texas to Florida, and then Florida, New York, something like that. But I need to plan that. I don't have anything planned for that. It needs planning because I don't like to fly to airports that I don't know. I need to go there at least once. Greenland, that's a good idea. I have an airport called Nuuk. Yeah, maybe I'll fly London to Nuuk. It's a long flight to Greenland, but I can do it, and with time acceleration. Yeah, I think we can do that. Thanks for the suggestion, Misha. And Nuuk Airport is very, very fancy. It's a beautiful little airport. You guys need to see it. I purchased it from Simulations. Yeah, you guys are gonna love going to Iceland or Greenland, sorry. So yeah, that's a good suggestion. I've not been there for quite some time. I flew there on the A350 once, because there's an Air Greenland, a regular flight there on a 330 to Nuuk Airport. So I flew the 50, and it's a very challenging approach because it's radar vectored, but it's doable. You fly way higher than the mountains. There's some mountain formations there, but then when you come into the approach, it's a beautiful landing site. It's a very fancy airport, but yeah, we'll do that for sure. Not sure which plane I'll take, probably the A321. We'll see. I need to find an airline that flies there with the A321. I'm not sure any other airline other than Greenland, Air Greenland flies there, and I'm not sure Air Greenland has got NEOs or something like that. We'll see. I'll arrange something, even if it's a charter flight, because I've done that before. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Remember, you can win the FS Labs A321 NEO by reading the description below. It explains what needs to be done. So I'll tell you just now, I need to reach 100 subscribers, and you guys need to come here to this stream and tell me why it should be you winning the A321 NEO from Flight Sim Labs. Tune in for the next flight. Hopefully I'll be able to fly to Nuuk on the A321 NEO, and you'll see the Flight Sim Labs airplane in real time. So thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you for your care, Matteo Ceramicola. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. Misha, of course, and my good friend Richard AMC. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your likes. Remember, please do leave a like. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And I'll see you next time. Bye.
I love to fly up in the sky. Through the clouds I reach so high, climbing up to touch the light. Adventure calls me day and night. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. The stars above begin to shine, painting trails so bright and fine. Every turn brings something new. Endless skies in brilliant blue. The wind, it sings a melody, guiding where I long to be. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the dream's begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light. I'll spread my wings and chase the sun. No limits when the drums begun. The world below fades out of sight as I soar into the light.